Okay.
Devil's advocate here. To real practical matters, because we get messages practically every day from people who are concerned because they read stuff and it freaks them out. And there are websites out there that are very irresponsible, in our view, in their almost deliberate scaremongering. I'm sure you get the same concerns from people who are really, really quite frightened. We get people, and they're smart people, they're not dumb people. They're saying, should I be bringing a child into the world now? What do I do with my real estate in Florida? Is my home going to be flooded? Should I leave California? Are there going to be giant earthquakes? This guy, Edgar Casey, said a lot of stuff a few years back. They say, should I be leaving the United States? I hear that a lot of the intelligence communities are moving to South America. If George Bush has bought real estate in Paraguay, should I be moving there too if I've got the resources? People are asking, we even had somebody, who said, listen, I'm thinking of emigrating to New Zealand because I figure there I'd be free from radioactive fallout. And there are quite a lot of people out there who are getting freaked out by stuff that is almost becoming a kind of meme. Like 2012 is coming up soon and we're all going to die if we're not lucky, And we don't subscribe to that, but there are people with practical concerns. What do you say to people with real estate in Florida? And it's a real question.
But I want to get to a deeper subtext than one specific point of real estate.
Okay.
Let's just go there. Let's just go there. So you fucking die. All right? Is that all you think there is to your life? Are you done? Right.
No, but I mean, this is no problem. Okay, this is no problem. But even people who have accepted that whether they die or not, but you have a responsibility if you're on the planet to survive.
I understand. But what I'm saying is this, though. The fact that you are going to die, I'm going to die, he's going to die is scientific fact.
Right.
Right? We all know it's going to happen.
Except that none of us die.
But are you?
I mean, it's an illusion.
Well,
are you really going to say that to a mother who's got a 3-year-old child and is worried about her responsibility? We get people talking to us.
Okay, but leading me through a process because I haven't gotten to the punchline.
Okay, go on.
This is the process. The process is dealing with the fact you're in a physical body which is mortal. That doesn't mean that's who you are. There's plenty of evidence that there's much more than that. There's studies of remote viewing where they go and remote view a target, and while they're remote viewing the target, they're picking up light, they're picking up gravitational sensors, and they're picking up movement sensors in the area that's being remote viewed. That's been proven.
Sure.
So we have something more, something that goes out of ourselves. We lose a little bit of mass from our body when we go out of body. So, if you can deal with the fact that you are going to die, that your body is going to die, you also have the opportunity to make a choice. If today happened to be the last day you're ever going to be on the planet, would you want to be spending that day in fear and in worry and in terror? Or would you want to live your life with the highest integrity and the highest compassion for others and compassion for yourself that you possibly could?
But wouldn't exhibiting that compassion have to do with the fact that if you knew a tsunami was coming today, you would move your children out of harm's way? In other words,
I'm not saying
life is not is life a cabaret? Shall we go back to Germany right before the fall and just have a cabaret? Shall we drink and party while Rome falls? I mean, the idea of what you're saying is all good. On a spiritual level, I think even some people that are relatively unenlightened could even say to you, look, I don't care if I die, but I want my child to have a shot, okay? And I think that's a laudable goal. I think that we basically have to sit here and say, look, there's something else. There is another kind of approach than just saying, I know I'm not going to die because I'm spirit, I'm light, okay? Once you get beyond that, once you can accept that, you've got to say, now, what does the future hold how can I contribute to the future by my actions, by my words, by my deeds? You see, how can I make it different? And that's the juncture we really want to talk about here.
Right. The point that I was trying to make is simply this, that there is no point in living your life in fear. Lincoln's quote, I live with it all the time because I'm putting out material there that could get me killed, right? I would rather, absolutely, we all are. I would rather die once at the hands of an assassin than die every day in fear of assassination.
Exactly.
I completely agree with that. And we think living with courage, if you can't live every day with courage, then what's the point of living?
Right.
People like us have come to that conclusion,
right.
or we wouldn't do what we do. I mean, we throw caution to the winds every day.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that what I think people need to hear is there something intelligent that I can do towards the future that will create the future for me in a positive way and for others?
Absolutely.
And if you're addressing, still playing devil's advocate, if you were addressing a group of Jews in Poland in 1938, would you be saying the same thing? Saying, listen, if you all die horribly, it doesn't matter, you'll just come back. There are a lot of people who would not find that easy to accept.
Oh, sure.
Or would you say, actually, you know what? You better watch your back and maybe you should leave the country?
Absolutely. If I was in a situation like that in Poland and I had the ability to see into the future and could see that some negative event was coming, I would absolutely do what I could to warn them about what was going to happen.
You're saying there are going to be no negative events in the future, then?
No.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, and this is where you and I have always had the most argument, is that I have had it proven to me on multiple levels of redundancy that so many of the negative prophecies that you see on the internet are simply not going to come true.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a pole shift while we are here in the same frequency with the pole shift. There may be a shifting of the earth, but at the time that it happens, at least the vast majority of people will not be at the frequency that the shift happens on. There is a changing of energy frequency. And again, there's just such a complex, multi-layered series of proofs for that. And it is my understanding that these higher forces that are guiding each of our lives, every little synchronicity, is another notch that you can use in your belt to prove to you that there is something out there that loves you, that is guiding your life, that wants you to do well, that wants you to be happy, wants you to succeed. And that connection with your higher self will ensure that you don't end up in the concentration camp, that you don't end up being tortured. Because you listen to that guidance and you are steered by it.
So is it therefore okay if it happens to somebody else, survival of the most aware? Not survival of the fittest, but survival of the most conscious?
There are so many places on the planet right now that are in sorrow and hardship.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely a valiant quest for us to go out and to try to do activism work, which is why I donated money to you guys. You guys are answering a 5-alarm fire bell on the planet, and nobody's sending you any money. I make decent money because I have some products to sell, so I give you guys some of my money because I believe in what you're doing. I think everybody should have activism. I think everybody should do something to try to help out.
Yes. Yes.
Don't just sit at home and meditate and think that that's going to solve all the problems.
It's that positive pressure that makes a difference.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely convinced of that.
And then what happened was within 24 hours when I gave you guys that money, I got the exact same money back. Exactly the same amount.
That's how it works.
Right.
And
It is how it works.